In this video, we will talk about how trauma can affect the brain and learning, and how the brain can recover from that trauma. When we are scared, our bodies go into fight, flight, or freeze mode, and stress hormones flood our downstairs brain, making it hard to access the upstairs brain. We act before we think, instead of thinking before we act. It is harder for us to concentrate, to remember things, to plan, and to think critically. It is hard for us to manage our emotions and to empathize with others. All of these things are important to be successful in school, especially for children and young adults whose brains are still forming. Staying in the downstairs brain for long periods of time makes it hard for the brain to build new staircases to access the upstairs brain. In addition, when people have experienced great or extended trauma, they often are constantly afraid and have difficulties accessing the upstairs brain. Even when the trauma is over, the fear and uncertainty remain. All of this sounds really bad and especially challenging for teachers, but there is good news. The brain is flexible. The brain can build new staircases between the downstairs and the upstairs brain. The brain can heal and recover from trauma. And research shows that for children especially, the most important thing that can help them to recover from trauma is to have at least one stable and supportive adult in their lives. That adult could be a family member, or a religious leader, or a coach, or a neighbor. That adult could be a teacher. That adult could be you. There are strategies that we as teachers can use in our classrooms that will help our students to build new staircases to the upstairs brain, heal, and recover from the trauma they have experienced. And throughout this course, we will be sharing some of those strategies with you. The first trauma-sensitive teaching strategy I want to share with you is one you might already do: asking students how they feel and helping them to identify their emotions. It's important to support students in identifying how they are feeling. If we can identify our emotions, we will be more successful in managing them. And if students can tell us how they are feeling, we can make decisions that will better support their learning that day. We recommend starting each class by asking students how they feel. This can be adapted for different language levels and the context in which you are teaching. For example, for beginning English learners, I might use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scale with pictures, like I did in the first video. They can point to a picture or show fingers, 1 to 5, to indicate their feelings. Online, students can also show fingers or write down the number in the chat function of the learning platform. If you are using a texting platform or other social media for remote asynchronous learning, students can send you an emoji with a number to show their feelings. More advanced students can say how they are feeling. And if they are comfortable, they can also tell you why they are feeling that way. They can do this verbally or in writing. Advanced learners can also practice abstract comparisons by answering questions like, what color best describes how you are feeling today and why? Or, if your feelings were the weather, what would it be like outside today? The possibilities are endless, and you can choose prompts that connect to the content and/or to the vocabulary that you have previously taught to serve as language review. Asking students how they feel each day can help us as teachers, too. If I see, for example, that Gina is at a 1 today, and she shares that she is very, very angry, I know that I should use some extra care with her in class. I should perhaps lead the class in a breathing exercise to help calm emotions, and maybe not call on Gina to answer a question if she isn't volunteering. I might check in with her throughout the day as well. Asking students how they feel can support classroom learning while showing students that we care about them.